right, so let's take a look at an exercise that I run through in accounting early on in the semester, sometimes even the first or second day, to get kids used to the idea of working with equity. So this is just really kind of a pretty easy math puzzle, but kids will sometimes struggle with it because there's a lot going on. You can check out the description for a link to the document where you can use this. But I do want to go over the solution to the last part of this. And I think the easiest way to do this is to look at this situation and to break each transaction down into three different parts. For each transaction, we should break it down into the cash element and Clarissa's equity and Franz's equity. Now, equity is like your stake in the business. So each transaction, each of these partners is going to earn some equity in the business. So in the first transaction, Clarissa contributes 100 and Franz contributes 50, so they have $150. So cash goes up 150, and then we have to divide that out. How much does each person's equity increase as a result of that? Clarissa adds 100 to her equity, and Franz adds 50 to his equity. And that's pretty clear that she contributed 100, he contributed 50, they have 150. So if they just decided we weren't going to start the business at all, they'd just take their 100 back and their 50 back and they'd be done. The next transaction we get into is that they buy some supplies, and these supplies cost $70. So when they do that, cash is going to decrease by $70 because they're spending $70. Clarissa is going to be responsible for half of that if they're equal partners, and Franz is going to be responsible for half of that. So they're both going to decrease their equity by $35. We move forward. They make $300 in cash. Cash increases by $300. I am going to give Clarissa half of that and Franz half of that, assuming they worked equally and they both deserve half and they're equal partners. We just divide that $300 up by 2. Next transaction is similar. We earn $100, so cash goes up 100. Clarissa's equity goes up 50, and Franz's equity goes up 50. Then we get another job, $200 into checking, $200 cash increase, and that's divided equally, 100 and 100. Then we go buy some more supplies, $100 worth of supplies. Cash goes down $100 because we're spending money. And if we're going to split that 50-50, Clarissa loses $50 in equity and Franz loses $50 in equity. Next transaction is one that's a little bit trickier. They earn $500. So cash goes up 500. However, in this job, Franz works 4 hours and Clarissa only works 1 hour. So if we kind of divide that up by man hours, Franz deserves more than Clarissa does. So $500 for 5 hours means $100 an hour. Clarissa worked 1 hour, so she gets 100. Franz worked 4 hours, so he would get 400. So this one kind of divides up a little more tricky. Then we decide to close the business and sell our supplies and everything that we have left. We've been using those supplies, so we only have $20 left, but we do get $20 in cash. So cash goes up 20, and if we were going to split that, that's 10 for Clarissa and 10 for Franz. So what we end up with, if we add up all of these totals, we end up with cash of $1,100. That's how much they should have sitting in their bank account. How much that money should each one get? If I add up these totals that I've been dividing out, Clarissa should get 425 and Franz should get 675. So that's kind of how I did the solution to this. As you would move forward in an accounting class and work with journalizing transactions and the general ledger and T accounts and all the rest of that, you would see how you can do this in a more structured accounting format. But this kind of works for this. Without a system like this, it can get a little bit tricky. So that's my solution. And that's kind of what I hold students accountable for here. So hopefully this helps. Good luck with this. And feel free to comment if you have any suggestions for improvement or anything like that. Thank you.